boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. I could not possibly care less if he does. I'm listening. That's not strange at all, dear. Few of us truly know where we are, but we must remember that being... This is the old botanical lab, in Emerald Vale, on Terra 2. Are you not feeling well? That sounds like fever talk, all right. Where did you... I could do without the mockery. If you don't... Is that a new settlement of some... Oh, you're Now I'm convinced you're delirious. You really ought to lay your head down, dear. Babbling only agitates the humors. You ought to try some of my purgative tea. Won't cure what ails you, but... Maybe I do. I don't know yet. Growing up, I heard my... Listen, don't you worry about what I think. That's not important. Worry about what the board thinks of you going around... You carry on about coming here from another world, and people will talk. Talk. No, but the... I'm li...
Oh, didn't see you there. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you,
Are you, are things safe out here?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're... Never heard it phrased in such a way before. I guess we're all trying to get our ships off the... Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'll take all the help I can get. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find... No kidding! Look at that! Building a computing machine out of Spectrum In fact, I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me. Well, don't keep... The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible! You really went to 2 whole data pads? Be still my beatin'. What's on your mind? Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see I owe them my life. We all left the cannery for one reason or another. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... I mean, we could really use... oh, this isn't coming out right. If you want...
I'm...
If you could see your way to getting us our power back, I'd appreciate it. Go ahead. It is my job to keep two eyes on my town. I'm trying to remember 25 years, 26. When you get to my age, the years just rush by. I remember looking out this window and seeing the veils spread out from horizon to horizon. Times change, people change, but the veil will always be here. Spacer's choice will always be here. Our work... This is a Spacer's choice town. Loyalty's got nothing. I wish you wouldn't... Yes, as a man. When I stand at my window and look out over my town, here's what I see. We are all part of the Spacer's choice. Go ahead. Adelaide was our only flavor specialist. We are a salt tuna canning institution. Salt tuna without flavor is like a cysty pig without tooth. Were it up to me, friend, I'd stack our larders with salt tuna galore. No other brand of salt tuna adds as much vim or vigor. But, and this is something we must keep between the two of us, salt tuna is hard to come by. What with being a species Oh, we've scavenged together some organic material from the surrounding environs. Mostly organic, some of which possess a texture akin to a well-boiled slab of salt tuna. The difference is all but impossible to detect. Go ahead. That you are not one of us may work to your advantage. Adelaide, I admit the fault was mine. I'm about as diplomatic as a bristling canid. I just hope Adelaide and her folk will see their way past. Nature is uglier. There is safety here. Safety and purpose. But not all. Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have lost even more to plague. But it is why we must square our shoulders and carry on. Go ahead. Can we not? Talking about... Show up to work, put in your hours. Problems of the body come from problems of the spirit. Work improve. And where do you suggest we find this magical panacea? Medicine is a rare and precious commodity. If you demonstrate you have earned the right to be treated, you will be treated. Otherwise, you must heal your... If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, I would, but I don't. I can't save everyone. Adelaide's son was barely competent. I treat him with our medical rations, and it looks like I'm playing favorites. Now, I will not pretend to understand the suffering Adelaide must have felt on account of losing her child, but she is not. I wish she had stayed with us. Adelaide left us with... That I cannot say. There was no moment when the plagues began. But in the last 10 years, the plagues have become... Corporate doesn't like us using the word should. It encourages the imagination. I believe plague is a test. It is a test of our loyalty and our fortitude. And... Go ahead. I admit... Scripture tells us we all have our purpose in the world. Our work shows us that purpose. We should not have to move on from it. Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have lost even more to plague. But it is why we must square our shoulders and carry on. Go ahead. Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have...
Where are we headed? He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around. I'm just glad he's alive. That he's okay. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data. You're fast.
Any luck finding? Nope. Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have... That's a complete set! All 3 parts! Aside from you,
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Clever.
were...
Those...
I know. No. Look. In... Any luck? No. Hey, that's...
I'm glad we...
I've been... I mean, I was...
You...
You...
Anything else? I'm listening. I am getting old, you know. Remains... People... A little prattling never hurt. I can't stop you. Not under Reed's watch. This is my home. If you think Reed does anything in good faith, that's because Reed... My son, we had... So a fish rots from the head down. But... Glad I... Where... Oh, you ought to try some of my purgative tea. I'm... I am getting old, you know. These two lamps of... My dear. Me and my... More of the colony... I can't stop you. What make... This is my home. That's... Not a... This is... If you...
you're hungry. Stefan's got supplies.
That was quick.
Heard something outside the walls.
You think what?
Something you need? Thomas always listened to me. Never said I was odd, never tried.
If you could see your way to getting us our power back, I'd... Something on your mind? Go. Adelaide was our only flavor spec. Begging your pardon. Were it up to me, friend, I'd... You mean you don't know? Why, Monarch, of course. Spacer's Choice ran a might... As it so turns out, Saltuna do not take as readily to the waters of Terra 2. Scrawnier than their Monarch cousins. Oh, some of... Go. That you are not one of us may work to your... I admit... Scripture tells... Yes, we... Go ahead. Cat... That... But in the last... Modern science disagrees with you, friend. It is a I believe plague is a test. Sure. The work must go on. My people, medicine is a rare and precious. Yes, it is. Spacers... Go ahead. I would... Yeah, when we are all... This is a... Loyalties... Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead. That you are not... I admit the...
Not a peep from me. Ready when you are.
Oh,
Mine's
something's not
playing
right.
tricks on me.
Nothing there. Huh? What do you think you're doing? All right. Now let me catch you here again.
Are you out of your mind? You just... Mr. Tobson! I can't... You killed Mr. Tobson for talking down his nose at me? Let's just move on. I couldn't forgive myself if I let you loose upon...
Heard you've been taking down marauders.
I'm listening. But... Where did...
3 switches. That'll be easy enough. Just 2 more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power to the Vale? Mind the steam. You're live. Here they come!
System invest.
Once we do this, hey, mister? Do you... I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all... Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies but the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard... Sorry. Really?
One of us want to go see what happened?
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but... That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me. You want my flock wasting their lives in that... Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only... And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted rep? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing. Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has... The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is... If I were in a better mood, I might be... My son worked in... We had a store of medicine, so I buried my boy.
I think you did the rightest thing you could sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have...
I've been thinking about... I get sick thinking about working. You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my... I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a It's just... Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not. You know where to...
Marauders can't see us in the dark. The map... Zoe came back, but I couldn't keep... I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here. I'm loath to admit it. Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old... Sure.
Almost lost a finger.
Don't make me...
This is a fine day, friend. Power. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So. Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes. But I have done my best for. I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best... The very notion is just grotesque. A raw... We are a Spacer's Choice Saltuna cannery. I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing... The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanists couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse. You will excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops? If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me. A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place... I don't know. I could see myself lasting a week. I have always tried to do right by my... I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how...
Look at that. I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Tobson. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a rent. You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with... I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden.
Keep your wits about you,
Food-
friend.
Adelaide said that? Something must have changed in Edgewater.
Never liked Reed much. Can't say I'm sorry he's gone.
Cannery's been running at full capacity all day.
Must be all that extra power.
What can I do?
Sometimes I wonder.
I already told you I'm leaving. Just give me...
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was an I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but... every... Oh, it's kind of you to say that. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But... can I come with you? And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can... Yes! I mean, Captain. I can call you...
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Wow.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable. Our engine room is located behind you, across the car. What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of... We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you... Excellent. I'll send her a while. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design. Cutting-edge technology, years ahead of it. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power. But it's... The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're...
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal. Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
You got a minute? Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time, I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner. Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about...